Hello everyone and welcome to my 75,000 subscriber and 200 video Q&A special. Now, if you asked me what I thought I'd be doing in 4 years time when I started making these videos for fun to share my travels with my family and friends, making this video would certainly have been a long way down the list. But let me just take a moment to thank you all for your support and encouragement over that time, as it's down to you guys that allows me to travel nearly full time, make these videos and honestly live my dream life, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, voiceover. I've been umming and ahhing over the last 6 months or so whether to change my style, asking my friends both on and offline, along with my subscribers, what they think I should do, and the results are pretty much split, so I'm going to do some trials. This obviously being the first full voiceover video, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and reply to most, so don't think your voice isn't being heard, it truly is. Anyway, let's get on with the video. First question is one I get a lot. Where do I live? Well, I don't actually have a permanent base, but I am British and I stay with family or friends on the East Coast when I'm in the UK, normally for only 2 to 4 weeks at a time though. Okay, next up. What made me set up a trip report channel and at what point does it cover the costs of my travels? Well, honestly, in the first year it made hardly any money, but I wasn't away as much as I am now. I'd say about 18 months ago it started to pay for itself, and now with around a 50-50 mix of ad revenue and sponsorships, I comfortably cover my costs with money left over for some business class flights and nice hotels. The next questions are about how many countries I visited and my plans for this year. Well, I'm currently on 56 countries, but hope to make it to around 65 by the end of this year. I don't want to give away too many of my plans just yet, but let's just say most of them won't be in Europe. Moving on, any one country that I'd return to this year and next? I'd have to say Malaysia, just because I love everything about it. The food, the people, the trains, albeit limited, and the great value for money you get in general there. The next question is, what's the train trip I'm most excited to take in the future? I'd have to say the business suite on China Railways, if I ever get there. Do I have plans to visit other railways in the Americas, Africa or Australia? I'll say Africa yes, but America and Australia aren't high priorities right now because they're both well covered on YouTube and involve pretty costly trips in the first place with hotels, etc. Which country's train journeys would I like to do again if it was my last journey? 100% Switzerland, some of the best trains, scenery and infrastructure in the world, if only it was a bit cheaper. Which country's sleeper train services do I find best in terms of affordability, comfort and service? Both VR in Finland and ÖBB in Austria are right up there for me. VR's ensuite rooms and dining car have the edge on those aspects, but the ÖBB network is unparalleled in Europe. The next question is, will I be covering train museums or mini trains? Well, I have done a couple already, but they don't do especially well on the channel, so maybe only for special occasions. Can I do airline trip reports as well? Again, I have done before, and again, they don't do very well with my audience. There's lots of plane specific channels out there, and I'm really not as knowledgeable or enthusiastic about planes as most of them are. And also, do I have any plans to do ferries or ocean liners? Well, I've already done ferries, there's 2 videos on the channel already, and I filmed another just last week. I'll try and feature more in the coming months if they fit into my travel plans. And the final will I question, will I do train spotting videos? That's a hard no, I'm afraid. So, moving on. From my experience, have I learnt any secrets or tips for making the most of an extended time away? A few things, for sure. Enjoy your time away. Try to schedule a day or 2 in any city you've not been to before, and try to avoid booking early flights or trains unless unavoidable. Also, usually spending a little more on a nicer hotel can reap its rewards in the long run by making things just a little bit more luxurious. Oh, and free breakfasts, always do that. I'd just like to take a quick moment to mention my channel memberships. From just $1.99 per month, you can get ad-free early access to all content, get other great perks and help me make bigger and better videos. Click the join button below every video or the link above now. Thank you. In my trips around Europe, what do I think needs to happen to make train travel better and get people out of planes? Well, more cohesive thinking, more aligned timetables, and guaranteed connections for a start. Some of this already does happen, but to make it EU-wide would give people more peace of mind and make them more likely to take the train. And ban flights where the train journey is under 3 hours. Who do I feel has the best train system in Europe? Can I name my top 3? First has got to be Switzerland. Number 2, Austria. Number 3, Finland. They're all clean, efficient, frequent services which cover the majority of their countries and have great onboard services, including excellent dining cars, great sleeper services, except Switzerland. What are my top 5 European high-speed trains? Number 1, Frecciarossa 1000. Number 2, Italo AGV. Number 3, Renfe Ave Velaro. Number 4, Deutsche Bahn Ice 3 Velaro. Number 5, Eurostar E320 Velaro. Yeah, there's a theme here. Which are the most beautiful stations around Europe that I've been to? Number 1, gotta be Milano Centrale. Number 2, Leipzig Hauptbahnhof. Number 3, London St Pancras. Which country's rail system is overrated? I have to say France. Everyone thinks the TGV is an excellent train, and honestly it's a bit cramped and uncomfortable. Also, outside of the high-speed lines, French regional services are infrequent and usually run by trains that are not that great. Many lines only see 1 or 2 services per day. Germany is up there too, but mainly because of delays and cancellations. What is the worst train station I've travelled through? I mean, there's quite a few that could pass for that. I've always found Bologna Centrale confusing AF because on more than one occasion they've swapped the platform from above ground to underground or vice versa as the train was due to arrive, and it's a good 5-minute walk between the two. And they only announce it in Italian, which is okay if you speak Italian, which I don't. What are my top 5 railway trips? Number 1, Darjeeling Himalayan Railway in India. No question. Number 2, Bernina Express, Switzerland. Number 3, Nine Arch Bridge, Sri Lanka. Number 4, the Bergensbanen, Norway. Number 5, Le Petit Train Jaune in France. What's the worst train journey I've ever had? Cambodia. Sorry, a beautiful country but terrible trains. The only train I've ever been sick on. When am I going to cover the worst versus best trains? I think I just did. Which type of trains do I like the best? High speed or scenic? Honestly both. I love the variation of doing 320 km an hour one day and weaving around a mountain pass the next. Both are great feelings. In my opinion, what is the best Talgo train and why? I'd have to say Egyptian Railway's new ones. They're very comfortable, and as they don't go super fast, the ride quality is actually quite good, unlike the Spanish ones. How do I avoid filming on rainy days? Very simple. I don't. What is the best dining experience I've had on a train? As I'm yet to do any of the super luxury ones, I'd have to go for VR and their pesto pasta. It's super yummy. Are railway cards, travel passes, worth it? Really, it depends. When you're travelling on an interrail in countries that require expensive seat reservations, or the tickets are super cheap anyway, then almost always not. But a Swiss travel pass is almost always cheaper than buying individual tickets. You just have to price it up for your situation, I'm afraid. How do I find out about less well-known trains? I watch a lot of YouTube videos, read railway news sites, follow railway Twitter, and talk to a lot of friends who are way more knowledgeable than me, super Alps. On a train where the doors don't lock, have I ever had any problems with staff, etc.? I've been told off a few times, but as long as you're being relatively safe, they're usually okay and know it happens. Like with most things, use your common sense and you'll be okay. If you mess around, take the mickey, the staff will soon shut the fun down. And finally, as is the tradition with my Q&A videos, a toilet question from Mark. Which train in Asia has the best toilet? Well, that's easy, the Japanese Shinkansen. They even have automatic bum guns and heated toilet seats. Well, that wraps up this Q&A video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. Thanks again for all your support for the channel over the last 4 years, and on to another milestone. Next up, 100,000.